Hi, good evening, everybody. I'm so glad we're going to finally get to talk about this. This is absolutely going to be something that's truly helpful to you. You know, we always hear this phrase, saving space and creating space. I'm saving space for this, I'm creating space for that. And honestly, you know, if you really don't really dig into the meaning of that, you're never going to fully understand what that means. So when you hear somebody say, I'm saving space for this, or I'm creating space for that, you know, generally just right off the bat, we would perceive it to be like they're freeing up their calendar or they're making the time to do something. But truly, creating space, saving space is far more in depth than that. Pardon me, my furnace is going on right now, and if it's making some noise in the background, I apologize. But it doesn't matter because this discussion is going to be great. We're only going to be talking for about a half hour right now tonight. We will close off with a little topic, a little discussion about the celestial meditation. But I really want to get this point with you with this saving space and creating space. Let's, for example, think of your computer at home or your mobile device, right? When our voicemail box is full, we can't receive any more messages. When our pictures, when we're full of memory and we can't record any more photographs or videos, our memory is full, right? And it's not gonna work properly, it's gonna work slow. Same with the computer at home. When it gets filled, when that hard drive gets filled, your computer takes longer to process through all of that information. It takes longer to open up programs and do things. There's no memory to save things. You start getting infected with viruses and all sorts of things happen. Well, it's exactly the same thing, and I truly mean exactly the same thing with us. We have to really, as we keep losing the ego, as we keep understanding more about that aspect of we're not really the reflection in the mirror, we're not the name we were given, you know, we want to lose that aspect. We have to truly understand that we are an organic technology. You know, regardless of what your spiritual belief is, we are an organic technology. My body is a vessel. Just like on Mars, we have a rover that moves around and it sees and it takes samples and audio samples and sends the signals back to home. Well, it's the same thing. I have cameras, I have speakers and microphones, and I have sensors and all these things. But we go through life. We have been conditioned by people to where every single second of our life, waking life for the most part, is filled with absorbing information and processing information. And before we really get into this conversation, I want you to think about something. We were born. We have celestial abilities and powers, natural born abilities that have been taken away from us by way of not knowing about it, by being diverted from the inner truth, and by being diverted from our insight and wisdom. And I truly mean this. And we perceive this to have happened by people who are more powerful than us. You know, what makes these people obtain more money, and what makes them be in control of religion and government? Why are they so more powerful than I or you? And the answer is, they're not. They're not. They just found a way a long time ago to take our individual power away. Hi, Instagram. We lost our individual power a long time ago, and people knew about this, and this has been handed down through the elites and through church and government, and that's why we have kings and queens and priests and bishops and all of these things and presidents, and we're the little peasants out here working every day, going through the grind, waking up right there in the morning and having all of our thoughts, work, bills, school, children, friends, social media, news, TV shows, everything we want to experience. So we all of a sudden become this full head. We have no capacity anymore, no patience, no room for understanding, no room for compassion. We're sitting in anger and frustrated and stress, and it's because we're just full. Our sensors and our senses have completely overloaded. Think about this. You wake up in the morning and instantly you're processing sight, you're processing sound, you're processing information being given to you. We have become a culture that has to respond immediately. When somebody asks us a question, we can't take our time and think about it really. They want the answer now. There's no sitting and reflecting on it and going within. It's really grab the quickest answer that you've heard or seen or heard about or read about and use that. Forget what you have inside. Just rely on what you've been told your whole life. So we're in this chaotic, hectic rush. We're trapped in thought. We've got the thoughts of our friends, the emotions that are being projected about us, the emotions that are being created by the thoughts that we have. We're thinking back to our childhood. We're thinking about tomorrow. What if this happens and this doesn't happen? And why did this happen? We're letting today slip by us. And all the time, the big answer to our question is, before meditation, before mindfulness, before awareness, before you can do any of that, before the diets, before all of this, we have to create space. And what is it we're saving space for and creating space for? What is it? For all of you who are thinking, nothing. For me, for the nothingness, for the quiet time, that's exactly right. But what you need to do, what you want to start doing, as I said, we're forced to respond in speed of light with questions. We have all these thoughts going around. Well, we're lost in that thought. The first thing we really want to do is declutter. We want to declutter. Remember, one of the most important things I can say to you tonight is we were born with everything inside to experience this reality with pure bliss. Truly, when you wake up in the morning, when you were born, when you wake up each day, and you reset and you open your eyes, you are starting off the day with every single thing inside you that you need to experience this world with pure bliss. It's everything that's happening around us, and it's all the things around us that we're letting infiltrate and affect us. So the first aspect is to not get lost in thought, right? It's much easier to say, well, don't get lost in thought. Push your thoughts away. Yeah, right. Maybe for Yoda, right? So how do we start to do this? Well, we've got to understand that literally, first off, we do have to call, we do have to pray and ask with gratitude, and we have to co-create that will and that strength. Listen what I'm saying. We have to co-create. You just can't give all faith and rely on the universe, God, Buddha, Allah, Jesus, Muhammad, anything. You can't rely completely on it to give everything you need. You have to meet it. You have to have that will. You have to stand up and have the honor and respect and gratitude for your existence and experiences and your reality. So you're co-creating. So when we're asking to manifest, when we're asking to receive the will and strength to start letting my thoughts subside, let me start distancing myself from those things that are affecting my thoughts negative, we're co-creating this. We're co-creating that. And right off the bat, you have to accept that. I am co-creating that. So if you're sitting there just waiting for it, well, where's the universe ringing my doorbell? Where's the $1 million on the silver platter? It's a meeting halfway kind of thing, right? We're putting that frequency and vibration out there. It's being sent back to us. But we have to be ready to receive it. We have to be open to receive it. We have to be prepared to receiving it. And we have to be receiving it, right? So that's part of the problem. So lost in thought, getting the thoughts to sift away. Clutter around you. I found for me clutter, when I'm in a room, whether it's the kitchen, my bedroom, the bathroom, if there's clutter around, if there is a lot of things around, that all of a sudden really starts to get me. I don't like to have a cluttered space. I do like to have a clear space around me, a clean space around me. I like the areas around me to be empty, and I'm a minimalist. I am a minimalist. My family's not a minimalist, so I'm a minimalist who lives in a home without minimalists, and it's difficult at times. I have to respect and understand that I'm sharing a space and a reality with other people. So I keep my areas minimalistic, right? But minimalism, not giving up everything and getting rid of everything, but creating that space around you. So when you're in these rooms, when you're navigating through your home, you're not being distracted by all these things around you, and I've got to take care of this, and I've got to put that away, and I've got to clean up this, and I've got to take care of that. So clutter, physical clutter is one thing, and mental clutter. Let's really think about that aspect of mental clutter. What is creating the mental clutter? I told you, sight, sound, everything. We're processing this all day long. Our friends, social media, the news, the radio, music, TV, all of it. And we love music. We love all these things. We love our TV shows. We love the favorite bands. We love to talk to our friends. We love to engage in social media. But we've got to start distancing ourselves from these. We've had enough. We've processed enough sound. We've processed enough sights. So really, to start losing your thought, to start distancing yourself and letting thoughts naturally fade away, you've got to start distancing yourself and limiting the time that you're engaging these things. So for example, you're in your car driving home from work, you're going to the supermarket, whatever you're doing. If you usually put the radio on, if you listen to NPR or channels like that, or comedy channels or music channels, shut it off. Shut it off. Start driving in your car in silence, because the radio is distracting you. The conversation on the radio is distracting you from processing thoughts on your own in that quiet time when you have those moments. Now, music is great, and it's a great way to relax, and it's not what I'm saying. I'm not saying give up music. But when you're in your car and you're by yourself, take advantage of that quiet time. Take advantage of that time that you're isolated in something that is made to block out a lot of exterior sounds. Shut the radio off. Drive looking at the trees. Drool on yourself. Any of that is better, because you're just letting things naturally process. You're letting your inside awareness rise from being subsided inside of you, okay? So really start to do that. The radio, the decluttering of your physical space, and this is all going to start to help your mind relax more. You're driving in your car, you don't have anything on the radio anymore, you're processing it. When you're coming home and you're in your house, you're not in each room with blaring lights on, LEDs and fluorescent lights and halogen lights. You're starting to shut lights off in your house, so your eyes aren't just processing all of this light all the time. We're relaxing our ears, we're relaxing our eyes, we're lighting candles. We're toning down this bright baseball stadium lighting that we've given ourselves to exist in, and we're calming it down. We're making our environment around us much more comfortable, much more space, much more quieter. Even our children and our husbands and our wives, we're telling them, that's it. This is the time after 7 o'clock, lights out, phones off. This is it. It's quiet time in the house. It's almost bedtime, an hour before bedtime. All this, start getting it all quiet in your house. Lights out. Lights out. So important. Candlelight. Extremely soothing when you're walking around in your house. When you're just sitting in your living room, everyone's asleep. My wife's asleep. My kids are asleep. The dogs are asleep, the tortoises are asleep, the ferret's asleep, my fish is asleep, the house is quiet. I'm sitting in my living room, I'm on my couch, my feet are up on the table, I lit some candles, and I'm just sitting there. My ears ringing, I'm receiving the frequencies and vibrations. I'm not thinking about anything. I don't care about what's going on in the world. I don't care who's doing what on social media and saying what right now. It doesn't matter, because this is my time. My time. When I'm up during the day and I have 20 minutes. Now, blessed or whatever, I live right on the edge of a 10,000 acre state forest. I live in an area of Connecticut that is absolutely some of the best hiking in the Northeast United States. So I literally can walk, I'll drive, I have a little electric car, and I drive up around the corner and go into the Meshamasic State Forest, and I'll go walk in the woods. Now, you have a park near your house, you have woods near your house, you have an area in your house, a field, places that people just don't go. They exist all over the place. You see them all the time. Park your car somewhere. Get out. Connect more with nature. Let your ears, let your eyes, let your nose start processing the natural sounds that you came here to experience. Not people screaming, not gunshots on TV, not zombies ripping people apart, not people cursing about the president, not people cursing about church and this and this. hearing leaves rustle through the trees, hearing the like crisp, crunchy fall leaves, crispy, crunchy under your feet. See all the moss on the logs. Listen and sit on a rock and spend time in nature. This will be one of the best things to do because you're creating space for space. You're creating space for comfort. You're creating space so your higher awareness can finally say, I'm here, and it is amazing. We don't want to constantly live in this. So something you could do, as I said, the radio in the car, walking more, lights out in the house, candlelight, social media. Social media, I know, everything I do is through Instagram. I rarely do stuff through Facebook. I rarely post on Instagram. YouTube, excuse me. Instagram is basically my entire source of connection, which is my own fault. I should be reaching out there to other networks and finding people, but that's what you're for, right? You're out there on social media. When you are on there, that's what you could do instead of absorbing all this bad stuff. Take these videos, the links are shareable, the videos are downloadable. Get out there and start sharing them all over social media. Spread the joy, because this new frequency and vibration we are in right now, there it is. We are, and I mean light and love, the dominant force and energy on this planet right now. The darkness, the mentality of the darkened, the industrialized, and the corrupted minds of the generations before us, they're fading away, they're falling away, they're ascending, and they're leaving. This is our time, and it is changing around you. Years ago, I saw North Korea and China working with the United States, calling martial law, and you yourself saw these things almost happen, and we changed it. We changed it. We believed that we could be love and project love and not have this horror, and we are changing the world right now. We are changing the world. The world is different. It's our world right now. We came here, the light workers and the light beings and the celestial energies and the gods and everything in between and the angels came here for this moment now, to free everyone and unite everyone and let everyone know they're not alone, and we don't have to be afraid of anything, because there's nothing to be afraid of, because fear is the biggest illusion we have. Let go of your thoughts. Spend that time I'm talking about in the quiet time. Get off social media. Start saying to yourself, I'm going to spend an hour more off social media a week. So you, really, if you have times that you go on social media, start reducing it. If there are times you're going on social media and you're going to spend 20 minutes on, don't do it. Say, I'm not going to do it now. I'm going to go for a walk instead. I'm going to put my phone down and leave and get out there. And in your home, dark time. Dark time. Spend time in complete darkness. There's nothing to be afraid of. Don't be ridiculous. Oh, I'm afraid of the dark. There's nothing to be afraid of. In your home, shut off the lights, sit in that silence, open your eyes in that darkness and see nothing. Let your eyes process nothing. Let your ears process nothing. Say nothing, smell nothing, be nothing. Fall into that empty darkness and let your mind and thoughts fade away. Then you can go into a meditation. So, the last few broadcasts we've talked a long time. It's been like 40 minutes, and the last one was over an hour and 8 minutes, and I apologize. I never want to keep you that long. I know you all have things to do, and I don't want to bore anybody, but I want to take these last 10 minutes, this last 10 minutes or so, to talk about the celestial meditation we've been doing. Tonight we had a good 20-minute conversation, and this is going to be on Instagram for 24 hours. You can share it with anybody you want, tag. I'll have the video, widescreen video, up on my site tomorrow or later on tonight, and it's shareable. But this is here for you to come back to and listen to and watch again and take notes. You know what? He's right. The radio in the car, the candle in the house, the forced thoughts, the responses. I'm going to take more time with answering. I'm going to declutter my house because I am here with everything I need, right? You can have more silence in your home, more candlelight time, more quiet time, less social media, more time in the dark. Now, for the last 2 weeks, we have I threw you right into celestial meditation. Threw you in. Usually I take people really slow into it. And I'm going to be doing a course throughout November. I might do it once a month, offer it once a month and stuff. Private, 10 people, private password, really from A to Z celestial meditation. They'll be able to go out and teach it afterwards and have a great understanding of it, from the breathing exercises to understanding the patterns and the remote viewing and everything. But that's what I want to talk to you about tonight. If you've watched the last 2 broadcasts and you've been doing the celestial meditation, what I want you to do now is I want you to engage comfortably that I process, the I technique a little longer now, okay? I want you to really get that fractal stream going stronger. I want you to see it going at you very clear. When the RGB, the red, green, and blue pixels start to fade away and you really have that gray and black checkerboard pattern going at you, that is, for all intents and purposes, it's like the signal coming from your cable box or your TV. And basically what you're doing is when you're covering your eyes and you're forcing that blood to go back and you're resonating your pineal gland and all this and the crystals within, and it's resonating, what's happening now is it's basically like disconnecting the camera. You're not seeing with your eyes anymore, you're seeing with your true awareness. And that stream, that digital stream, is a stream of information. Even though it just looks like a fractal pattern, this is where the information is traveling from. This is where we connect with other energies from, and that's what I want you to start doing. When you're in that stream, you do your prayer, right? You watch the video, you recite it with me, watch it with me, you're closed off to the negative energies, you're open up to the light, you go through the loss of ego, let your thoughts sit away 15, 20 minutes, press on your eyes, sit there for 5 minutes this time. Sit for 5 minutes, fall deep into it. And when you let go, still stay within. But when you're in that stream, I want you to call forth your highest awareness. Traveling through time, you are bringing now into the now your highest awareness, and you are letting go of your conscious ego, and you are embracing your higher awareness. When you're at that state, feel your ears resonate, pull them back, press on your eyes, feel literally the tremors. You'll have the goosebumps. You'll feel it in your face. You'll feel your eardrums vibrating as you're ascending into that frequency. You're connected with your higher awareness. And this is where I want you to ask. I want you to ask you, if you are Catholic, Christian, Muslim, Buddhist, whatever day it is you want to see, if you want to see Jesus, if you want to see Buddha, this is when I want you to call forth, please, may I please see the presence of Jesus? Will you please show me a sign of awareness and love and gratitude? May I see the angels? May I receive a message? Ask. When you're in that zone and you're lost and you're connected, bring that thought in. Bring it in. I know we don't want to hold on to our ego, but just bring the awareness of the thought, the intention. I want to be with Jesus. I want to be with Buddha. And I want to feel the love. And I promise you, as crazy as it sounds, you're going to see these. You're going to see the silhouette of Jesus. And I have numerous times. I've had white angels just stream down and come before me and open up just massive wings and energy and just standing there and fall into you. You'll see yourself moving through the tunnels. Stay in this point. Stay in this point. Let your eyes go and remain in that absence of light. The absence of light. Light, illuminated light, is the created reality. It's what we project to experience. We are that silence, that nothingness. Even when you let go and you finally open your eyes after the meditation, sit in that absolute darkness and silence, and you will still see. You'll see now with your physical eyes. You will manifest and call these energies here into your reality. And you won't only see them with your inner eye, you'll see these things in your world and in this reality. And ask, most importantly, when you're in that stream, when you're connecting with your highest awareness, when you are standing before the ascended masters, when you know you are standing before God and the creative source of all there is, no matter how you perceive it, ask to receive more love so we can all project more love. And then watch. Watch. Be that love. Be the co-creator. And with me, please, let's change this world and kick the shit out of darkness and descend into such a world where we are truly one day walking freely down the street, no borders, no walls, dipping our hands into the rivers, drinking the fresh water, and picking from the trees and eating the foods that we put here to eat for us. Let's live in the light and intention of creation. And that's love and equality and unity and freedom for all. Everyone, have a beautiful night. I'll see you Sunday morning. I may this Friday night, I'm considering coming on and doing a little live reading of my book. It's doing really good on Amazon. It's been picking up, and I'm truly grateful for that. And I'd like to do a little reading of it and share some of it because, you know, I wrote it and it came to me in a certain way, and I think I think people might appreciate that. I know I will. It'll be something fun to do. So again, everyone, listen, really, go back over this video. It's going to be up on Instagram in just a little while. I'll have it up on my site by tomorrow, I promise. And remember, share the insight, share the wisdom, tag your friends, put it on Facebook and social media every day. There's 23 videos on my site, 23 videos, from meditation to prayer to the celestial meditation, all sorts of conversations. Start sharing them. Let's make that viral video, not about spreading the darkness and bringing awareness to all the horror in the world. Let's bring awareness to the fact that the dark is dying, the industrialized are leaving, and the light is rising. Everyone, I'll see you Sunday. Have a beautiful night. Take care. Bye-bye.